All right, let's switch topics and talk some football. Mizzou will have 4 quarterbacks vying for their starting spot this year. The leading contender could be the pride of Chaminade, Brady Cook, who started last year's bowl game. Cook has size, athleticism, and plenty of arm strength. And as you're about to see in tonight's Cardinal Buick Sunday Conversation, Brady Cook has plenty of poise too. Welcome to the program. How are you, sir?
Thank you for having me. I'm doing well. How are you?
Very good. So we have talked as much about Luther Burden III as we have Paul Goldschmidt. You tell me, what are you seeing with him?
He's the real deal. He's a guy you can get the ball to, and he's going to make a play for you. He's a receiver I want to throw it to almost every play if I can, and I'm going to be finding him pre-snap to see where he's at and if I can get the ball to him.
We talked to Coach. You were in his very chair about a month ago, and I asked him, how do you expect to have confidence from your quarterbacks when you flirted with so many in the portal? And he said the reason we didn't get many of those kids in the portal was that, he said, I'm not guaranteeing you the job. But with that said, when you heard about the flirting, how did you handle that?
It really didn't change much for me. You look at my journey and where I'm at right now, I just have to compete and go out and play football. By me worrying about that stuff, it would only hurt me. So, I try not to think about it too much and, just really focus on what I need to do.
We're going to stay away from you talking about your chances of being the starter. But for the people who haven't seen you, what do you bring to the table as a quarterback?
I'm going to be a quarterback that brings emotion, passion. I'm going to make the plays needed to win the game, whether that's, trucking somebody on 4th down or using my legs or just making the big play. I'm going to do everything I can to win games from Mizzou.
So I think you committed to Mizzou before your junior year. Give me an idea on, you just jumped at it. You didn't even allow recruiting to come into your life. When Mizzou called, you said, I got to go. Mm-hmm. Tell me about that.
Someone once told me when I think I was a freshman, they said, you can only play at one school. You only need one offer. And I always knew where I wanted to play, obviously Mizzou. I think I waited a month or two after I got the offer, and, I'm sitting around thinking, I know where I want to go. I know where I want to play. Why don't I just do this thing? By waiting, you risk the chance of someone else coming in and taking that scholarship. So, yeah, I went ahead and committed as soon as possible.
Let's talk coach strength. A lot of times when I talk to recruits, they all bring up the cool factor, the Air Jordans, the lingo. You tell me about him.
Yeah, he's definitely got all that. He's just a genuine, cool dude. He's easy to talk with and build a relationship with. And yeah, he's got the Air Jordans and the lingo, so that helps too. But yeah, he's just an offensive mind coach, and he's easy to bond with, so it's been a really good experience.
He didn't get the job because he was a former Heisman Trophy winner or a former NFL quarterback. He got the job because of his mind. What's it like in that offensive room and seeing him work?
Yeah, in the quarterback room, in the offensive unit room, you can just tell there's a million different things turning up there. And, when he gets on the board and he's writing up plays, you can see it, pan out. And it's really special to be a part of that.
Let's talk about the hottest topic in college sports, name, image, and likeness. Tell me the companies you're working with and what this experience has been like. You've taken advantage of it.
This experience has been pretty awesome. Just in the past 6-8 months, I focused on local companies in Columbia and St. Louis. Really 4 main companies, which are Arch Apparel from St. Louis.
That's their shirt.
This is the shirt right here from Arch Apparel.
All right.
First Form from St. Louis, Columbia Country Club in Columbia, obviously, and then also Lotus Hot Yoga in Columbia. And really, all 4 of these companies that I work with, it matched my interests perfectly.
Some don't like the concept. I'm wondering, what's it like, or what could a potential problem be like in the locker room if somebody's getting a lot of deals and somebody right next to you working as hard doesn't?
I do think that could be a distraction for some people. It hasn't been for our team. And I think it's almost motivation for those guys that aren't getting them. You go out on Saturdays and perform, there's going to be companies knocking on your door that next week saying, hey, endorse our product, influence for our brand. I see it kind of as motivation and, you know, as much as our locker room can stay away from getting distracted by it, I think the better.
So you grew up in the Winsville area.
Mm-hmm.
What would it mean to you to be running on that field as the guy next year?
It would mean everything. It's what I've been working for pretty much my whole life as far as football goes. And, you know, it's kind of right at my fingertips right now, so that would mean everything.